On 13th of February 2008, then Prime Minister Kevin Rudd offered a formal apology to Australia's Indigenous peoples for former mistreatment on behalf of the nation at Australian Parliament House. Obviously, none of us mistreated anybody, but an apology was made nonetheless. Done and dusted then, right? Since the official apology has been made, there's no more need for any more apologies, right? Well, every year some Aboriginal people commemorate so-called National Sorry Day in order to acknowledge the pain, grief and intergenerational trauma caused by past government policies that forcibly removed First Nations children. Okay, so we've had a formal apology from people who never actually committed any wrongdoing. We've got a special day to commemorate the historical injustices. All is well in the world, right? Wrong. One sorry isn't enough. A yearly sorry ceremony isn't enough. Just recently, after having made an Australian first statewide treaty in October, the woke Victorian state government decided that more apologies are needed. Just this week, The Guardian reported, Victorian Premier delivers formal apology to Australia's First Peoples for rapid and violent colonisation. SBS noted, we say sorry. Victorian government delivers historic apology to state's Indigenous people. Well, it's not that historic. We've been saying sorry for quite some time now. The official apology, which took place during a special sitting in Parliament, was negotiated as part of the treaty agreement that was signed in October. In the apology, Premier Jacinta Allen said, decisions made in this Parliament over its long history have long denied the First Peoples of its lands, their rights and their self-determination. Colonisation of what is now called Victoria was not peaceful. It was rapid and violent. Lands and waters were taken without consent. Communities were displaced, languages silenced, children removed, lives lost. Now that we have a statewide treaty, a negotiated agreement between equals, we can begin to say what should have been said long ago. To ensure that the wrongs of the past are never repeated, we say sorry. To all the First Peoples in the gallery today, and to every community across this state, we say sorry. So once again, people who never committed any wrongdoing are saying sorry to people who never experienced said wrongdoing. One must wonder if this makes any sense whatsoever, apart from the obvious virtue signalling, of course. If this was anything else, would we continue to say sorry? For example, imagine your great-grandfather kidnapped and tortured my great-grandfather. What if my descendants demanded continuous apologies from yours? It wouldn't make any sense, would it? I mean, I can't hold you responsible for the actions of your great-grandfather, and I certainly can't claim to be a victim of what occurred to my great-grandfather. The past is the past. We move on. We forgive. And I think that's what this entire apology process is missing. The governments happily hand out all these apologies, but shouldn't we also expect something from the recipients of the apology? That is, shouldn't they offer forgiveness? Especially since the people apologising aren't the actual perpetrators. Forgiveness is the key part missing from all of this. If Aboriginal people could just find it in their hearts to forgive our forefathers, then we could all just move on. But no, it seems the only thing that certain activists want is to be treated like perpetual victims who need endless apologies. In their eyes, they will never forgive. For them, this is not going to end until the country is back in Aboriginal hands.